What's up, guys? Today we're gonna make you unstoppable. Have you ever tried to lose weight before? If you have, then you know it's hard. Like, so I bet you've tried to do it before, and that's why you know it's hard. Today we're gonna make it a lot easier by making sure you never run out of gas. A lot of times losing weight makes you feel like that girl in the scary movie who's trying to get away, so she runs into the forest, but she has no idea where she's going. That's not the way to do it. I mean, have you ever felt like that? You know, it's sort of like you're chasing your goal, but at some point it flips and it feels like the goal is chasing you, and you're running and running, but you get exhausted, and eventually you're like, forget it, catch me. In other words, you give up, and you end up going back to whatever you were doing before you tried to lose weight. Why is that? Honestly, it's because you didn't really count the cost. You didn't really know what it was gonna take when you got started, so when the Cookie Monster finally came to get you, you gave up. And that's okay. I mean, every failure we've ever had is not really failure, it's just feedback. It's something for us to learn from. But we can use that now to make a difference this time. Let's look at a scripture real quick. Turn over to Luke chapter 14, verse 28. It says, "But don't begin until you count the cost. For who would begin construction of a building without first calculating the cost to see if there's enough money to finish it? Otherwise, you might complete only the foundation before running out of money, and then everyone will laugh at you. They would say, there's that person who started that building and couldn't afford to finish it." So let's make sure this time we're ready to finish before we start. Let's look at another scripture. Turn over to Matthew chapter 13, verse 44. "The kingdom of heaven is like a treasure that a man discovered hidden in a field. In his excitement, he hid it again and sold everything he owned to get enough money to buy that field." There's so much in this scripture. You got this man that's like casually walking through this field. Pause. What's so important about this field? Nothing, absolutely nothing. This field is really only important because of the treasure. In life, you're gonna walk through a lot of fields. The question is, are you willing to go through it? So next, let's look at the treasure. How did this guy react once he found his treasure? He got super excited, right? He was like, yes! Yeah! And think about it. All the things he had, they were valuable to him on some level. But he sold everything because the treasure was worth more. If you want your treasure, it's gotta be worth more to you than what you have. What does that mean? If your goal is really worth it, all the stuff you have to go through won't feel like a sacrifice. It'll feel like you're trading up. So how do we make that shift to making all the things that we gotta go through a trade instead of a sacrifice?